What is going on, guys? The Inside the Blue Podcast, episode 60. And today we're breaking down the Giants' 31-19 victory over the Washington Commanders. The Giants finally, it has been a long time since this team has gotten into the win column. And hey, no matter who they're playing, whether it's the Commanders, a bad football team, anything, it's good to win, man. It is good to win. And, even against a division rival, that's good as well. The Giants also complete the two-game sweep this season over the Washington Commanders. First, they beat them at MetLife 14-7, and now they go into FedEx Field and destroy this Washington football team. My gosh, this Washington football team, I call them the Washington football team because I'm going to call them the Washington football team. They lost. Commanders lost. They lost. And they lost bad to the Giants team, which going into this game had the worst team, worst offense in the league, and you let them put up 31. Really good job just by this team, man. I mean, it feels good to win finally. This team has gone through it all. And to put up a lot of points like this, too, is really, really good. I know it's against a Commanders team that, didn't have Montez Sweat or Chase Young, two, really impactful guys in this defense. And now you lose those two, and now you could, kind of spread out the field. And I thought Kafka got a pretty good game, but I still think his job is in jeopardy just based off of, how this season has gone. And, props to Rick Martindale as well. His team, his defense, had 6 turnovers in this game. Really good stuff. I mean, I really hope we look into this season and say, one of these positive was this defense. Dexter Lawrence having a really good year. Kayvon Thibodeau, who we'll get into a little later into this video, has had a really, really good year. Deonte Banks is playing, pretty well for his rookie season. He's had, 4 or so games where he wasn't amazing, but those other 6 were great. And now to, play a pretty good game in this one against the Commanders team is pretty nice as well. But hey, we are now 3-8, so definitely something that isn't great in terms of record, but they finally won a game. I'm proud of this team. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they were in the tank. Oh, they're screwed now. Well, they're not going to get Caleb Williams." Well, I knew with this schedule that was going in, they were going to win a game or two. Whether it was against the Commanders, Patriots, Green Bay, one of those 3 teams, right? And they're not a football team like they're like the Carolina Panthers. Like, they have talent. This team has talent. It's just the offense really, in my opinion, has been really bad. And, that's been the reason why we're not winning games. I mean, the defense can only hold, the other team's offense for so long before they allow points. And then those points get even bigger when they score touchdowns. And, offense turns the ball over in their own end. Right? But, really proud of Brian Dable's, team to get a win because, we needed this win. But, getting into this offense, I think the main story has been the New Jersey kid, Tommy freaking DeVito, going into Washington. And listen, I did not expect this type of game from Tommy DeVito, but man, was it fun to watch Tommy DeVito tear apart that Commanders defense, man. I mean, really, really good stuff out of Tommy DeVito. And hey, he needed this type of game, right? He's a guy where coming off the practice squad, didn't have a great game, against Dallas, but, really solid bounce back game against the Commanders. And, he played super well. right? Darius Slayton, he scored a touchdown. Saquon Barkley had 2 receiving touchdowns. Like, he was slinging the ball today, doing a really good job, finding the open wide receivers or tight ends. And now, I think one of the biggest questions I have for Tommy DeVito is, what are we gonna, say from this game, and say it from maybe a year later, right? Where is Tommy DeVito going to be in a year? What is he going to be? Is he going to be the backup for this team? Is he going to be a practice squad player? Is he going to be out of the NFL? Is he going to be out of the league? We don't know. I mean, hopefully, he can be, a serviceable backup for this team. I think he has the tools to be. I mean, listen, he played a poor Commanders defense, right? But he played well. And that's what the big thing is. He played well. You don't pick and choose who you're going to play, right? If you're playing the Commanders this week and then you're playing, the Eagles the next week, whatever, that's who you play. But, we don't have the Eagles, yet. And I am very worried when we play them. But listen, huge win for the Giants. I am super proud of this team. And hey, he's the first quarterback with at least 5 touchdown passes in the first two NFL starts since 1950. So that's pretty cool. He's got 6 passing touchdowns on the season. He had 3 today. Well, not today. He had it on Sunday. I'm recording this on Monday. He's got 3 interceptions, but listen, he's throwing touchdowns, and that's what I'm going to see out of Tommy DeVito. Now, I don't think he's going to be the starter, next year, but it's cool to see Tommy DeVito play some football. And, I think Tyrod's returning soon, which I kind of worry about, in terms of this quote-unquote tank, because if you win like 6 games somehow, right? Well, I'll say this: if you beat New England and you beat Green Bay, then it's like, okay, you're at 5 wins on the year. That most definitely doesn't lock you in for a top 3 pick. And now it's like, what do we do from here, right? With this draft, it's a loaded draft class, and the Giants' schedule is definitely not easy, so they could definitely lose games. Look at the schedule here. So they got the Patriots, then the Packers. So those are 2 games where those are winnable games, right? Listen, I'm not, advocating let's start winning games now because we won a game against the Commanders. No, it's not saying I want to lose, but I want to get a good draft pick. I want to have a high draft pick. So, so they play the Patriots on Sunday, and then they play the Green Bay Packers. Then the Saints, Eagles, Rams, Eagles. So just judging off some of those records, 4 out of those 6 games are against non-playoff teams, because the Rams are 4-6, I think, something like that, whatever their record is. I think the Saints are not that good this year, and the Packers they just won, I think, their 4th game against the Chargers this season. So, no, if you somehow, win against the Patriots, Packers, Saints, and Rams, probably not happening. But if you add 4 wins to that, what do you got? 7 wins on the season then? Yeah. So you go 7-10, something like that. And now if you go 7-10, then that completely just destroys your tank. You're not going to get Caleb Williams. You're not going to get Joe Alt. You're not going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. You're not going to get Drake May or any of those top, gem prospects, Vashunu, anybody. You're going to be picking more in like the 15s and stuff like that, which I kind of hope The most all was like them to win like one more game maybe against like the Patriots. Win that game and just lose the rest. Because I think if you have 4 wins, you're probably locking up at least a top 8 pick, right? And then you can. Well, I'll say this too. I don't think they're getting Caleb Williams. I really don't, unless there's a trade up or something. Because that Panthers team is bad. They are so bad, and that Bears pick is looking mighty fine right now. I don't see us being worse than a 1-win team. I don't know. Let me check the Panthers schedule out now. Let's search this up. Panthers schedule. So the remaining games, they play the Titans. That's probably a loss. They play the Bucks. That's probably a loss. They play the Saints. That's a loss. Play the Falcons. That's probably a loss. There's not one team. I don't think they're winning. Who do they even win against? Oh, they beat the Texans. Well, they have to win a game, right? Maybe against the Titans, maybe on the road. Maybe one against the Bucks, because they're not beating the Jaguars. I'll tell you that, and they're probably not beating them. Maybe they beat the Packers. Just win some games, Panthers. Let's please just damn it, man. Like just win some games. Don't be bad. Don't be bad. One more thing on Tommy DeVito is on third downs, he completed 7 of his 8 passes for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns for a perfect passer rating of 158.3. That is something, man. That's Tommy DeVito. Let's give a round of applause for Tommy DeVito. That's amazing stuff, man. I could talk about Tommy DeVito all I want in this pod. Of how good he was today and everything. He was amazing. And it's good to see. As a Giants fan, it's good to win one. I know I keep saying that. I probably repeat myself at least 10 times in this episode already, but man, it is good to win one. But hey, proud of this team, but don't win too much because we need a good pick. That's all I'm praying for, a top pick, right? I don't think this team is very far from making the playoffs again, right? I think you addressed the offensive line, fixed that. You got like $60 million to spend in free agency. And this is not a team where it's like, oh, we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. This is a Giants team that has brought in some guys, but just brought in Bobby Okereke. He's been a pretty good addition. They brought in A'Shawn Robinson. He's been pretty good. Yeah. Giants still have 9 sacks in that game too. That's a problem for sure, and that's something that's got to get cleaned up. And that it starts out up front with the offensive line, right? When they start to play better, it would be, that's what we hope for. We hope for a good line because then you can actually protect the quarterback, and then I think that also gives a little breathing room for Brian Daboll because then he can, run the plays that he wants to and not, the easy plays. He wanted to run, him and Kafka wanted to run a more complex offense with Jones. And that couldn't happen because Jones was getting pressured too much and Jones wasn't reading the field well at all. And when he saw someone who was overthrowing them or, throwing it behind him. So yeah, draft Joe Alt this year. If you don't have a top 3 pick. I honestly don't see the Bears taking QB at 1 though. I think they're taking Marvin Harrison Jr. That's my I guess hot take. I also wonder when do the Giants have a bye? Is it when is their bye week? Who knows? I don't know when the Giants bye. Oh, that was the Panthers schedule I was looking at. Giants bye week. Did I just go like a year ago schedule? This is not the New York Football Giants. Hold on. I'm trying to search this on my phone right now, but let's see. Week 1 was a loss. So the Giants' bye week is week 13. So that's after the Patriots game. So Giants play against the Patriots, then they get to the bye week. Probably gonna do a mock draft. I'll try to see, how I can do it. But I don't think I'm gonna do every single team. In my opinion, I mean we could. Just leave a comment below. Maybe I'll put a poll up if you want to do me drafting every single pick and why I think they should go there, or just picking the Giants. So definitely let me know. Giants are the 5th pick in the draft right now as of today. Right now, if I had to take a guess, they're probably taking O line at 5. The only way I see them taking Marvin Harrison Jr. is if he drops, which I don't think is happening. And obviously, Caleb Williams is not dropping a 5 unless somehow these GMs forget who he is and think he's just some mediocre QB. But that is going to wrap it up for episode 60. Quick video here, just breaking down the Giants win 31-19. Man, it feels good to win. We're 3-8 on the year. And I'll see you all in the next one. Let's go Big Blue.